Okay, here is a quick look at the E-mini S&P for Wednesday, February the 23rd, 2011. We'd mentioned yesterday that the main areas that we wanted to monitor was in around the '08 area, and that the resistance was around 17 or 18. And you can see that this is the market profile from overnight. It did get up to 22 or 2050 overnight. And this, of course, is today's market profile for the regular trading hours. And this, of course, was what occurred yesterday on Tuesday. So the market did come down. It basically hit our 8 price right on the dot, went back and forth, used it as some support initially. You can see it went from here, had a nice bounce up about 3 points, 4, 5 points actually. But then it did come down a little bit later in the morning, and then ended up by holding below 1308 with a close around 1305. So this is still looking pretty bearish. And I would say even more so than yesterday. However, when a market gets into transition like this, in other words, shuffling between an intraday up bias to an intraday down, it can have a day or two where it's really, it takes more time to make up its mind. So I think we need to continue to monitor that. I'm looking around the 14 areas, good resistance, 13, 13, 13, 14 area as resistance, and then support, good support around 13 even. That could be the range for tomorrow, or perhaps even a little bit smaller if the market should continue to consolidate. Now there is news tomorrow which could move the market. There's the regular jobless claims at 8:30 along with durable goods, and then at 10 o'clock are the new home sales. So these are, there are some numbers that could move the market, and if they don't like the numbers, and of course once again depending on what's going on overseas, then it could actually continue to send this market down even lower. So we also like to use the market profiles from the regular trading hours, and that's what you're looking at right there. Here is our software here, and you can see our various trades when they set up and so forth. I'll just identify the short trades, which have the red down arrow, and then I will identify here the blue up arrows, which identify the long trades. So you can see them all pretty straightforward here. Now, each one of these trades, of course, it also identifies where the entry should be. So, for example, this up here, you can see that this blue dashed line right here identifying the entry. On the short trade, you can see it right here. Sorry, I missed one of the short trades right in here. So now we did have that 8 area as possible support. So you can see 8. I'll just draw a line across at '08, and you can see how the market hit 375 early in the day and then had that 4 or 5 point rally, came down, tested again, another rally up to test it, and then finally broke through lower and stayed below it pretty well for the entire day, except for this little test here, and then of course closed lower. Now, because these short trades were just above our short, neither one of these short trades were taken. However, this long trade was taken, so it was our trade number 1, and we did get stopped out on that trade. The second trade that we actually ended up by taking was this long trade in here. Unfortunately, we had an entry right in here. I don't know if you can see it, but it was right here. We didn't get filled in that until a little bit later. However, by that time we were in a green filter. So it did hit our price, but unfortunately we did not get filled short right here, which of course would have been just a beautiful entry in a nice short trade. The long trade here, it did come off and then give us a bounce, so it did okay for us, not great. So that I think was the second trade there. And then we had this short trade in here. Now, some of our traders took it and some didn't. The reason being is that we had 99.50 as our next target lower, and this trade was triggered just above it. So a lot of our traders would not have taken that. Some would have if they're more aggressive, because of the shift in the intraday bias with the market coming down like this. But you can see here we had the next trade, which is a beautiful long right here. There's a little blue dash right there in the green, and that had a really nice run up, so that trade worked great. We had this trade in here, it came down, hit our price, and also had a nice bounce, so that worked out well in the green. And that was actually it for today. So more or less a scratch day for us. It was a pretty volatile day, and that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But in days like this, if we can hold our own, we're looking good, and we're ready to trade the next day. So we're looking around 13, anywhere actually from around 11 to 14 as really resistance, and then down around 13 even as support. But we are expecting it to continue down as long as it stays below 8. If it doesn't, then watch out for that next area around 11 to 13 or 12 or so. Any questions or comments, just get a hold of us at info@eminidaytrader. Always enjoy hearing your questions and comments, so look forward to it. So that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you again tomorrow.